Alrighty, YouTube, and welcome back to Fern Valley Farms YouTube channel. Where on this channel we are pure country. Alright, we're making a bee video today, obviously. We are making what I'm going to call, this normally isn't how you do this, but the weather has been so bad up here. Everything is growing slowly. These are all new packages. But my Italian hive is doing pretty good. It's got a bunch of frames of cap brood. So I'm going to make what I would call a mini split. Almost like a mini mating nuke type split. I mean, I got one frame of brood, and I've got about 3 frames of drawn out comb I'm going to put in a separate box here. What I did yesterday is I came in here and I opened up this box, and I took a frame of bees. And I put them up top in this box up here with 4 frames and dividers, and I'll show you in a minute. And there's a queen excluder in the middle here. So the nurse bees can work their way back up. The queen stays below. We're going to take this box here and move it over there, and that'll be our split. I picked up an Italian queen this morning. We're going to put her in there. I am going to tape the end of that so she can't get out for a good 3 or 4 days to make sure they accept her, and I'll come back and release her. So let's get started. Okay, it helps if you have the smoker lit. I probably really don't need it, but I'm going to do it anyways. So like I said, normally you wouldn't do it like this. You let it build up a little bit stronger. But I want to get one of these hives split. And this is my strongest one right now. These are all new packages. Just the weather has not cooperated at all. And bees grow better in smaller, tighter places. So I'm going to, like I said, I'll show you. I'm going to put this box, if I can get this hood on here. Come on. I'm going to move this box over, and I'm going to shake some of these bees that are up inside the super in that box too. Let's pop this off and we'll see what we got going on here. So this box right here is going to get moved over. Let me move this camera so you can kind of see what's going on in here. So you can see there's bees up in the super. And I got the queen excluder on so they can't get out, so the queen couldn't move up to that second box. And there, look, all the nurse bees are all over those frames. What I did, I made these little dividers. You can see this, and I just got stung. Hold on here. Let me zip this all the way up. I made these little dividers so you could divide these boxes. And like I said, I'm going to turn this into like a 5-frame nuke, but I'm going to actually make it a little bit smaller. So I'm going to take this. I'm going to pull. Oh, that's my divider. I'm going to make this a little bit smaller, actually. We're going to take this box and we're going to move it. I don't know if I'm repeating any of this. I can't see with the sun. Yeah, see this little divider? All this is OSB, piece of wood. I took my router, I cut it, glued the board in, and there's your dividers. So one's going to go on this side. So I'm going to take this, and I'm going to move it. Let me get the camera moved here. See, by doing it this way, you put the excluder on, and the nurse bees work their way back up. So we're going to put this box right here. I am going to just make this a 4 frame. Like I said, bees do better in smaller places. And as these grow, actually I might even pull. I'm going to make this a 3 frame. I got some new frame in here, but I'm going to let them work on this a little bit. I am going to put my queen in here. Get these guys separated here. Good, lots of nurse bees all over there, some nectar. I've got my queen right here. You probably can't see her in there. I can't even see in the sunlight, so hopefully you guys are seeing, you're seeing this. She's right there. I'm going to throw some candy on the end of this. I'm actually going to put a piece of tape over that so she can't get out at all for like 3 days, and then I will release her. So I'm going to take her and put her right here. And hopefully the bees accept her. That's going to go right there. Let me grab some of these other frames here. Bees in here. I'm just walking back, shaking some of these frames off here. Get some of these girls in there. I don't really need this veil. This veil is hard to see through. Okay, so what I'm going to do now, I've turned this into 3 frames. 1, 2, 3. We're going to let these guys grow and fill this out. Let me open that up just a little bit. Put that right there. We're going to let these guys grow. It's pretty quiet in there. I'm going to put my hive top feeder on. Actually, I need to put my pollen patty in first. I'll put a pollen patty in. I'm going to put that in here. I'm going to lay this right across. I hate putting it right on top of bees. Okay, we're going to put that on. We'll leave this frame out. We're going to put the entrance reducer, or the inner cover. Let me put that over somewhere else, so it's not blocking one of the holes. There. Put the feeder on. I've got some 1-to-1 made up here. I've got a half a gallon. So we've got pollen patty, we've got a half a gallon of syrup, 1-to-1, and I'm going to leave them alone. Put the roof back on, and I've got some straps. I'm going to strap this down. Oh shit! Oh, didn't mean to swear. Sorry. Some of the foragers might come back to this hive, or might go back to the other hive, which is fine. All right, let me show you what I got going on the other side here now. All right, got the fogger relit here. Some of these guys down. I do want to look in here really quick. That hive there, I'm going to leave it alone. I'm not going to touch that for, well, I'll check it in like 3 days, or I'll come back in 3 days, I'm sorry, and let the queen out. Let me just get this, take a frame out here. Okay, need glasses. Can't see very well, especially with the sunlight. Let's see if I can spot the queen in here. I really want to start marking my queens. This makes this so much easier. A lot of nectar in there. Sometimes if you blow on them really light, they'll move. Let me see. So like I said, what I did is I took a frame of cap brood, I moved it up, I shook the bees down first, and then I put the queen excluder so she couldn't come back up. Think I'll be able to find her? Probably not. I really need to start marking these guys. There's some drone cells in here. The bees are working. Yeah, I can't find her. I never have luck doing this. Obviously, when you check your hive, if you see eggs, you know your queen is in there, or larva. Well, I got cap brood, Kind of a nice pattern going there. These guys are on this frame working it. My trick to this is turn this into the sun, and then you can see if there's eggs and larvae in there. Well, they're not very loud. A lot of times when they're queenless, these hives will roar. You'll hear it really loud, and they're not, where's my hive tool? They're pretty quiet. It's pretty normal, I should say. And we're capping some honey on here. See, these queens aren't very big. There's some baby bees in here. All right, hive, just grow. I tell you what, this could be, I haven't lost sleep over this, but you worry about your bees. I never realized how addicting this would be. Look out, girls. Let's just shift you back over. There's pollen coming in. Where's my other frame? I do have a frame of honey in here too, actually, which they're not really touching. They're really kind of leaving this. This frame of honey's been in here a while, and they're really, I mean, they're on it, but the nectar flow is finally on. The weather is finally starting to cooperate. Put that there. I like to number my frames too. You can see the number 19 on there. This way, when I'm going through this, it's so easy to lose track of this. So I got last year's frames and this year's frames. So I don't want to mess with this hive too much. They say when you open them up, you lose. You can set them back 3 to 5 days. So we're going to put this back together. And we will be back in 3 days. Turn that queen loose. The super is actually starting to get some weight to it. Put that back on. And I did it wrong. I do this every time. Put the super on first, then put the inner cover on. The only times I've done that or left the frame rack, put this whole thing back together, and there's a frame rack still sitting there. These things come in really handy. You put them on the side. But there's been many times I'll put a hive back together, and that thing will be sitting there. So now we'll put the inner cover on. And put the roof on. You spin this around. We're not up in the sugar yet. Whatever you do is split. Sometimes you kind of confuse them a little bit. You kind of mess them up. So I'm just going to leave it alone. Some of the forager bees might go back to the old hive. So I took this 10 frame deep and I turned it into like a, you take like a 5 frame nuke, but I downsized it down to 3 frames. Bees do better in small places. I don't want to give them all that room right now. So I'm just going to leave this alone. Technically, you should have more. You should have your colonies built up a little more before you do your splits. I'm not telling you this is what you should do. This is just what I'm doing. But I put the 1 frame of brood. There's nectar. There's 2 frames on the other side with drawn comb. There's a pollen patty, sugar syrup. Leave them alone. The queen is taped. She can't get out. I just soon, if you do a walkaway split, you can let them make their own queen. But we're almost to the middle of June. And like I think we're like a month behind in bee season just because of the weather. So I don't want to waste 30 days. Because by the time the queen hatches, I think the drones hatch at 16 days. I believe the queen hatches at 16 days. The worker bees and the baby bees hatch at 21 days. Then she's got to go out and do her mating flight. Hopefully she doesn't get eaten by a bird or whatever, or get killed. So I just soon put the queen in. It'll save a whole lot of time. And right off the bat, you've got a mated queen, as long as they accept her. That's why you want to tape it and leave it for a few days. Let them be all over her for a little while. They'll feed her through the screen. And then come back and I'll turn her loose. And then I'll wait like 10 days and I'll check, see if I got some eggs, which I really, really hope I do. So that's what I did. And then, let me show you here. Let me get this thing straight. I got to put tie-down straps on this. My other hives here. Number 1 is a Carniola hive. That's going to get split next. Today is Saturday, June 8th, I think. Not next week, but the week after, I'm going to split the Carniola the same way. And then number 2 is a Buckfast hive. I've had a couple hives swarm on me. As you can see, my plans with all these hives changed. some reason the bees didn't want to live here anymore. I don't know. They swarmed. I had a new package swarm. The queen had died, was dead, so I replaced her. And they didn't accept her. I'm not sure what happened, but they left. So anyways, the Carniola is going to be next in a week and a half, and the Buckfast will be a week after that. I want to let them build up. The weather's finally, like I said, cooperating. They can get out and fly, bring in pollen. You can see number 4. I didn't mess it up too bad. You can see they're coming in and out. I got to straighten that lid out. And I will keep a running tab of this hive. Hopefully you guys are following this. If anybody's interested how I did this, maybe you could try it. Like I said, I'm not telling you how to do it this way. This is just how I'm doing it. I want to get some of these splits done. Get these bees growing. This hive will get no honey supers on it this year. I wanted this to build up. As the frames fill out, I'll add a second box. Actually, as the frames fill out in this box, I'll start adding more frames. But I want to keep them tight right now. So hopefully you liked the video. Hopefully you're following along. If you want to subscribe to the channel, click this button right there. Subscribe. I really appreciate it. There's a little bell next to the subscribe button. If you click on that, you'll get notified every time I make a video. Thumbs up are always appreciated. So I will be back. I'll do a quick update video in 3 days. Say Saturday, Sunday, Monday or Tuesday. I'll open it and turn her loose. We'll see what it looks like. Make sure they're still in there. After that, I'll wait 10 days. I'll do another video. Follow along all summer. I really appreciate it. At least give me the thumbs up. The more thumbs up I get, the faster these videos pop up in searches. And hopefully this works, and hopefully somebody else can try this and it'll work for them. So YouTube, until next time, I will talk to you guys later. Bye.